And welcome back to Cigar Time, your ever so friendly neighborhood TV show about premium cigars. It's something like that. I don't
Come
know
up
what
with
it
your
is.
own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You don't have to do the same
Hi,
thing.
welcome back
I came
to
up with
Cigar
the,
Time.
I came up with the Saturday show or the outlet show one.
And what's that one?
That's all,
Hi.
folks.
Welcome to the outlet show.
Sort of.
Wow.
That works.
Yeah.
That's exciting.
I can't remember what it is until we actually shoot it. Because I have to be in that mode.
Gotcha. I'm lighting up.
All right. Well, what are we smoking since you're lighting up?
This is the Partagas Anejo. And Anejo is Spanish for aged. Am I correct, Paul?
Yes, you are correct.
And they call that this because it's actually, if you, John, can you think you can get a close up here? It's the wrapper is aged. Well, one of them's how many years have we say?
23.
23 years. That's the lighter part. That's the camera. No, I'm sorry.
The darker
the
part.
darker part. That's the camera.
It's a barber. It's a barber-pole.
Dark Cameroon.
It's a barber-pole cigar. So
Wow.
the dark part is Cameroon and the lighter part is Connecticut.
And the Connecticut is aged 9 years. So this is truly an Anejo kind of cigar.
Exactly. Then the binders from the Dominican and the fillers are Mexican and Dominican. And they only
Kind of classic Partagas
Yeah.
on the filler side.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. And there's only two sizes available because of the availability and the size of the Cameroon leaves that they had. So they only had this size, which is, we'll call it a Robusto, and then the other one's I don't know, it's like a Perforito, something or other.
They're only 4.5 inches long,
Right.
so they're more like a Rothschild size.
Thank you.
They're very small. I mean, I smoked a few of these, and I don't want to, influence anybody, but
I've had one.
I've only smoked a few of them. So.
I've only smoked. This is only my second.
Really?
And did you know that, according to the interweb, the first barber-pole cigar was introduced in 1996 by Hugo Casar Diamond Dominican Mystique. That's the first ever,
First ever barber pole.
Really?
according to the interweb.
The interweb.
Yeah. So, yeah, I saw a video. It's pretty cool how they. Now, there's a couple of ways. I guess the quote-unquote correct way to make a barber pole is you cut the one leaf to size, you cut the other leaf to size, and you lay them on top of each other, and then you roll the cigar. But I have seen some where they make the cigar and then they take the darker leaf or the lighter leaf and they wrap that. It's almost like almost like a decoration to the cigar. But this, I was watching the demonstration of this, and it's done the right way.
The right way.
Yeah.
2 full leaves, not a strip
Right.
put on a finished
Exactly.
cigar.
Yeah. It was pretty interesting watching it, and I guess it's no more interesting than watching a regular cigar rolled, except that's hard enough as it is, let alone try to keep 2 wrappers straight.
Yeah.
It's pretty difficult.
How did you guys do yours? You had the duet, the Beethoven duet.
Yeah, we did it the real way.
Did you?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
No, we used 2 full leaves.
Did you? I would think that would be so much harder to do.
It's a different technique. You just have to know how to lay them so that when you roll it, one doesn't completely cover the other.
Right.
Well, yeah, that, and then just you have to stretch both leaves. It just seems, I don't know. I just couldn't. It's difficult to keep that leaf taut and
that's why they
stretched
get the big
and roll, and it's just you've got to. I mean, after a while, you've got to have some pretty good dexterity to do that, and then you can't rip the wrapper either.
You have to have pretty good dexterity to roll a cigar at all.
Exactly.
Which is why I don't roll cigars.
Yeah, right. You could roll the Fuglies though, Paul. I think you'd be good at that.
Rolling cigars?
The Fuglies,
Oh, yeah.
or backwoods, or something like that. That'd be
Maybe.
good. That'd be right up your alley.
Yeah.
As far as rolling talent,
So, barber pole. Do you know why a barber pole in a barber shop is red, white, and blue?
I don't know about the blue. The red and white comes from the fact that barbers used to also be surgeons.
Correct. Yeah.
And they would hang the bloody rags around the barber pole.
Well, yeah, the red. Yes, they would do. This is a long time ago. That the barbers they would do bloodletting, which was for they do it for a
Everything.
headache and just whatever. And the red on the barber pole symbolizes blood. The white symbolizes the bandages, and then the blue symbolizes the vein that they would cut.
They would cut.
Yeah, and the
Interesting. That part I
pole
didn't-
itself, the cylinder represents the tube that they would, I guess they would squeeze some tube while they were doing all this. So I thought
To
that's kind
pump
of
the blood
interesting.
out.
Yeah.
To
Interesting.
push it out.
Yeah,
In Pennsylvania, you have to have if you're a barbershop, you have to have a barber pole.
exactly. That's correct. We remember when we learned
You
that
were-
when we were trying to
Yeah.
open barbershops in some of the stores. You have to have a barber pole. Like, really?
Yeah.
Of
Yeah.
all the things, but
That would be like saying you can't have a cigar shop without an Indian.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's a strange regulation.
We've wanted to do some crazy things, haven't we? Open up a barber shop.
you
Actually, that's not
don't
a bad
know.
idea
We would
if
have
you could do it.
actually we would have done it, but to run a water line, and I mean that's chopping up. We would have had to rip up the
Yeah,
whole
the whole-
floor,
the whole-
chop
yeah.
up the floor. It just doesn't.
And put the sink in, and
Yeah.
and had to run it all the way to the back.
If it was easy, everybody would do it.
There was a cigar shop in Marlton or Medford, Tinderbox. At one point it was a really nice store, and they had they designed it with a barber shop in it.
Really?
Yeah, I was actually in it once.
I was in a store in New Hampshire where the lounge was all barber chairs. There was nobody giving haircuts.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
But when you sat, you were up on a slight platform in a barber chair.
Interesting.
They have.
I have one in my basement.
Oh, cool.
That's
An old from the early 1900s.
I had one when I grew up. My dad was a barber, so he had a barber chair in the basement too. Actually, my brother still has it, I think.
The Leaf in Bean out in Pittsburgh on the Strip has the back section. They've got like 4 or 5 barber chairs. They also have suits of armor, which I fell into. Well, the one barber chair, like it leaned way back. And I fell right into a suit of armor.
It's a very eclectic store.
That's a great
Leaf
store.
and Bean.
That is so cool.
The one
It's
in my
like-
basement we don't call the barber chair. It's the drinking chair.
You can't fall out of it,
but
no
Leaf,
matter how much you drink.
Leaf and Bean is like Fridays on steroids. Fridays has stuff on the walls
Yeah.
and ceiling. I mean, they've got a motorcycle and a canoe hanging from the ceiling. It's pretty neat. And of course, that's Jim Robinson who owns the Leaf, which we reviewed we smoked a couple weeks ago. We didn't actually get around to reviewing it.
That's true.
We just didn't have enough time.
Island Jim.
There's a place in Phoenixville that it's like a gentleman's club type of place where you can get haircuts, this, that, and the other thing, and they offer cigars also.
Is it called Modern Mail?
I forget what it's called.
A friend of mine, a guy I know owns Modern Mail. And
There's also one that I think in Collegeville.
I know there's one up in Plumstead that this is a friend of mine owns. He's got a barber shop, and he used to get cigars from us, but can't smoke in there, but you can buy
No.
cigars from him.
Well, why do it? If you can't smoke in there, why have it? Just go to a regular cigar store.
I don't know. Well, I can't smoke in the beer distributor, but they have cigars.
Again, why don't you just go to a regular cigar store?
Because they don't have beer.
Stop.
I think he's got a point there. So with the barber pole, I mean, I guess I never really paid much attention, but I guess it does make the cigar slightly more complex as you smoke through it.
Absolutely.
Or does it? Because then again, I mean,
Every puff is getting both wrappers, so it's not
Yes,
like the
actually,
flavor's
you're
going
right.
to change up
You're-
because it's a barber pole.
it might, if it's done incorrectly, you would probably get that because you'd be burning.
Just one
Just
wrapper,
one
and
part.
Right.
then the other wrapper.
But since okay,
yeah.
good clarification.
So it's aesthetically interesting. Net effect, although you can build a different flavor profile, the net effect is the same as using the binder to contribute to flavor. So
Yeah.
you've just got, it's a cigar with 2 wrappers, but it looks better.
Yeah. Funny thing is that I mean, I do believe that having a barber pole helps market and sell the cigar, but then they throw cellophane on it, and
And then you can't
you
see
can't
it.
even see that it's a barber pole. I've actually had there are cigar, like the Jake Wyatt.
Yeah.
They're kind of like artisan, and they're not
Right.
quite barber pole, but I took them all out of cellophane because you couldn't see them.
couldn't see it,
You
yeah,
couldn't see it, and it's a great
They're,
cigar.
yeah, they're beautiful looking cigars.
Oh
too.
my God, yeah.
Like this one is so light that the Cameroon is so light that in the cellophane you can't tell that it's a barber pole.
So this
Yours
one's
is
darker.
really dark. Mine's not. See, mine's not.
Mine's dark too.
In
Mine's
the
dark.
picture when they sent me this the sell sheet on it, it doesn't look like a barber pole at all. I wish
know
I could
what?
show you a picture of it, but there's no. It doesn't look like a barber pole.
Oh, it is a Connecticut shade. All right, so how that's
9-year
some
Connecticut
that
shade.
is some really
Dark
dark
Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Yeah, but mine's not. It's weird.
Yours isn't quite as old as ours.
Mine's only 21 years.
Huh.
Yours is 23.
Yeah, and those last 2 years really affect the
Yeah,
color.
yeah.
I guess so. Interesting. And again, the
You
band
guys are
picks
all
up.
yours is darker. Yours are darker than mine.
Much.
See?
Yeah.
I did that on purpose. I gave you the light one.
Did you?
To make you look stupid.
I don't care.
Like I needed help.
Yeah, right.
I
So,
had-
Anybody have an initial impression?
no.
Or I
so
shouldn't
somebody
ask that. You should ask.
what's your first impressions? Moose?
Good cigar. I'm enjoying the flavor. I haven't picked out any specific flavor yet because it's so many different things going on.
Paul?
But I'm enjoying it.
Yeah. Paul?
I pick out one particular flavor. It tastes like a Partagas. I mean, it totally it's a very distinctive combination of flavors. The Dominican and Mexican tobacco combined is just totally unique. So it's instantly identifiable as a Partagas. It's milder than most Partagas
Yes.
are. And I think that's just the age on the wrapper.
Could be, yeah. Could be, yes, it is.
Yeah,
Roscoe?
it's. I really like the cigar, but I think I'm getting a little bit of sweetness from it.
Are you?
But maybe I don't know. I mean, I'm in a half-inch in, so maybe it's too.
Well,
I
that's-
haven't.
You're halfway done then.
Yeah, right. I haven't really picked up any distinctive notes, but I have had one of these before, and interestingly enough, a customer who's sort of like a cigar snob, mostly smokes cigars from a little island south of Miami, says, "Dude,
Haiti?
did you try? Yeah, dude, did you try this cigar?" And I'm like, "Yeah." He actually really likes it, which I'm
Really?
surprised. I'm surprised he even tried it, given his snobbery. But
His
yeah.
cigar snobbery.
exactly, that's a word, isn't it?
It is
It is now.
It is now.
Exactly right.
Cigar snobbery.
I get a peppery taste on the tip of my tongue. I don't know if you guys are getting that.
But it's
That's
light.
probably from the Cameroon. Yeah, it's definitely from the Cameroon. But you're right, because of the age on it.
I'm also
it is
getting
light.
some creaminess at the back.
Yeah, I'm not getting that yet. I do get a grassy taste from it for some reason. I remember when I retrohaled it, I got a grassy taste.
There's
First feel.
there's something else in there, and I hesitate to say what I think, just because it's
Mark.
not. No, because it's a
New
it's a,
car.
it's not that it's a negative flavor, but
It's old car.
it reminds me of sitting in
A Buick.
a dentist chair.
I'll tell you what it is. It's slightly metallic. Very slight, like a mineral metallic thing.
I don't get that at all.
I do on the finish.
Maybe that's what it is. I'm not sure, but it just there's something there that I keeps reminding myself of when I go to the dentist.
Wow.
Hey.
Do you have to have dental work done? Do you have to have dental work done? Are you thinking about that, or did you have it done recently? No. I don't know where you're getting it then from. I'm getting it.
There's
It does.
there's a minty thing to it too. Just
Really?
a touch of mint.
Yes.
I'm not getting that at all.
Very, very.
I'm
slight,
definitely
but
getting.
it's there.
I'm definitely getting what you say, the quintessential Partagas. Now, Partagas is a cigar that got me smoking cigars.
Oh, number one,
The
correct.
number one, yeah. I love that cigar. It's always have a place in my heart. And Partagas does too. I mean, because they mostly use Cameroon wrapper. The Connecticut does change the taste a little bit, but not much, like you said, because the filler and binder is still basically the same as the yellow box Partagas. And I'm getting that flavor, which I really, really like.
You know, it's an interesting thing to me. Before they came out with this, they came out with another Partagas line called the Cortada that was Connecticut wrapper on a Partagas filler blend. And
Isn't that
this
just
is
a Macanudo?
very similar,
Very similar.
but with a lot more flavor.
Uh-huh.
And this is similar to that, except it has back some of the elements that you're used to from Partagas that come from the Cameroon.
I don't remember that cigar.
It's still on the shelf.
What's it
We
called?
have it. Cortada. Partagas Cortada.
Let's have
I don't
a
think we
rate-
had it.
It has a band that
Cold
looks
one.
like
Yeah.
this,
Yeah.
and it's a Connecticut wrap cigar, but it's Partagas filler.
Well, I don't think I have that.
We probably didn't send it to you.
No, I mean in Colmore too.
No, I'm saying we probably didn't send it to you.
Hmm.
It's probably too cheap for you. It's not an expensive cigar, that's for sure.
No.
It's probably not to your.
Could be.
Customers.
And this, I mean, this cigar is only $7. This one's $7, and the other, the Perfrito is $7.50.
Yeah, this is $6.99 and $7.40, $7.50. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a Perfurito. They call it an Esplendido.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Esplendido. Yeah. And Gurkha called a Rothschild, like a 6x60 a Rothschild.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Punch, their Churchills are Coronas. It's whatever you want to
Well,
call it.
Ashton's Churchill is a double Corona,
Double
and their
Corona.
prime minister is a Churchill.
Yes.
Whatever.
Is it?
Yeah.
Or is it the double Magnum?
No.
No, it's a no,
Double
it's you're
Prime
right.
minister's a
Double
Churchill.
Magnum.
It's like a
Yeah.
7x48.
Yeah. Right, it's the Toro. Right.
Anyway.
We should do a thing one week about size names because there are so many and people get very confused.
I get confused.
I don't like when companies come out and they use names as sizes. You know, like they'll come up with a name that nobody can pronounce, and you're like, well, I want that size, but I can't say the name. It's like, that's ridiculous.
Give me a Toro.
Yeah, exactly. Give
Oh,
me a
yeah,
Corona,
yeah.
a Churchill, whatever.
Yeah.
I hate when
My
they do that.
sizes are too small, not big enough.
Those are your
That's
two
your
sizes.
two
Too
sizes.
small and
Too
not
small,
big
not
enough.
big enough.
Esteban Carrera does that. Come out with these wacky. You know what?
Yeah, like we talked about that last week.
Which
about the drug stuff.
Yeah.
Surrogates does that too.
Do they?
Yeah, they come up with these wacky. I'm like,
Bone breaker and
well, there's that, but then they call it the, I don't know, some Coachetta or whatever size. I'm like, it gets confusing. Cigars are confusing enough.
I know.
One of the things I was thinking about this the other day, I wish they would do is I wish there was a standard like there is in wine for what a cigar is considered, because this is probably considered what, Honduran? Is this made in Dominican or Honduras?
Ooh, I think
I think
it's made in.
I know that. I know.
Dominican.
Well, General
Yeah.
had factories in Honduras,
Partagas, their Partagas are made in Dominican.
okay. But there are cigars that are considered Honduran that have no Honduran tobacco in them
Oh, yeah.
because
just
they're
where
because the
it's-
factories
where
in
it's made.
yeah, and that just doesn't make any sense to me. Like the cigar should be based. There should be something about it that's based on what's
In it.
in the cigar, not based on where it's made.
Right. When somebody comes in and says, "Oh, I want a Honduran cigar," you can here. This is a Honduran cigar, but
Right.
there's no Honduran tobacco in it. It's
Exactly.
just a Honduran cigar. Yeah, I
Right.
get what you're saying.
So I mean, and they do that with wine. I mean, it has to have. I don't know what the ratio is, but to be a Burgundy, it has to have a certain amount of for all Burgundy grapes.
Grapes.
Yeah. Champagne, tequila, all that stuff.
Yeah.
So you're not
Bourbon.
saying that cigars should all be pure varietals. You're just saying there should be a uniform way of knowing.
Yeah, it kind of a standard. Like, all right, 50% of the tobacco comes from the Dominican, and it's a Dominican cigar, even though it's made in Nicaragua.
Makes sense.
Makes sense, yeah.
Yeah.
I think the standard is where it's made.
That is what it is.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
Uh-huh.
But
It's just the wrong
it's
standard.
the wrong standard. Is right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't care what's in it, where it came from.
You care what it tastes like.
I care what it tastes like and what it costs.
You're absolutely right. Well,
I'm getting a kind of barbecue, not barbecue sauce, but barbecue kind of.
are you hungry or something?
Yes, I'm hungry because I just left the dentist chair.
He's hungry. He's going to eat it, Dennis.
No, I'm trying to identify like I think that's the Dominican. I think it's the Dominican filler because that's always given me that kind of an experience or flavor. I'm just trying to identify what the heck's going on.
I'm not getting
with
a barbecue taste, but I am getting
grilled. Maybe grilled is.
I'm getting a smoky taste
Okay, well,
especially through the retro hell.
maybe that's
it's more
what
just
what if
that
that's from the smoke
creaminess that
itself.
you were talking about. It's nice.
This smoke is very smoky. This water is very watery. It's very wet as
It's
well.
really wet.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's still like the wettest water I've ever seen.
but yeah, no, it's I'm definitely getting a smoky hint to it. You getting it too?
Well, you call it smoky. I call it. I
Barbecue?
said barbecue because I think that.
Barbecue smoky?
Well, yeah, but it also reminds me when I went to the Dominican with Caldwell, like everything they had this very distinctive underlying flavor, and then when I was there with somebody else, and the cigars again mostly primarily Dominican, gave me that same thing, and I think I'm thinking this because when I recognized this flavor, we were at a big barbecue, so maybe that's what I'm associating it with.
Could be.
I do that all the time. If I get this good cigar and I'm standing in front of the grill and I'm grilling up or whatever, that cigar automatically I associate with barbecue and grilling.
Yeah.
Always.
Well, companies do have signature taste, though. I mean, Paul's cigars used to taste, when you tasted one of your cigars, you knew it was made by Armando Ramos. Yeah. There's a lot of companies like that. Right.
Gave it a really unique character.
Yes.
Or same with the
And probably the Bethune that you used, too.
the original Eduardo had that Colombian
Yes,
tobacco had a
absolutely.
very, very distinctive flavor.
Yes.
And when they came out with when CAO came out with the Colombia cigar, which I was like, yeah, I can taste that.
It. Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very identifiable. Same when they use Peruvian in a cigar, you can taste it right away.
Yeah. I wish I could identify all tobaccos like that, but
Yeah.
my palate's not that good.
No.
I really like the cigar.
So do I.
wish
I don't like the size.
No, but
It's very easy smoking.
Diesel just came out with a new cigar.
Also a small size.
Also a smaller size that is really, really good. And
Stupid Fool or something like that?
Stubborn fool.
Stubborn
no,
Fool.
is it Stubborn Fool?
I haven't tried that one yet.
I forgot.
Yeah.
I saw
Yeah,
I
it's
saw
pretty
it.
good,
I
but
was like,
it's a little perforito, and you want more from the cigar
As soon as you're
because it's
done,
so
you-
good.
you wish
the
it
Yes.
ring
was
gauge
bigger.
is really big, isn't it?
No,
It's fairly big.
it's nice
For a
size,
small
but you
cigar,
still
it's
want
a
it.
fairly decent size.
You want more of
Ring
it
gauge.
because it's so small, and the same thing with this. Because
Yeah,
I
but
really
let
like
me
the cigar.
ask you this.
Smoke two of
If
them.
they made a Churchill out of this, would it taste the same?
No.
No,
Probably why they didn't.
but if you go up to
that and the very limited
Well,
supply
I
of
understand that
full-size
point,
leaf.
but I'm making that one
Well,
jump there.
I mean, the ring gauge of
No.
a Churchill's not a whole lot different than this. So I
It's
don't.
just longer.
no, but I'm
It's
not.
longer, so I think
But
that
there's more tobacco in it, so you're getting more of the same. I don't know. You're getting a different flavor. But if they made this in a true Robusto, or even
Yeah, this is more of a Rothschild.
it's a raw. It's if you true Robusto, it would probably be the same thing. It's another half inch. What was the ring gauge on it? 56.
What on this?
Yeah. What is it?
No.
That's like that's. 50,
I'm sorry.
50 at
46.
most. Nah, I think it's
46?
I
I
don't
was
know,
gonna
but
say
I think it's a
50,
50.
52.
It's not a 52. I think it's a 48.
It's too
Yeah,
small.
look,
Yeah, I was just
I'm
going
trying
to
to look
add
it
that.
up. Is it on there?
Not on here. Maybe on the box.
Ooh, careful. Don't set yourself on fire.
Gee, why not?
No.
No. Doesn't.
I think
One
it's
other
I think
place
it's a
I come up.
50, but I don't know. Maybe it's a 48. I don't know.
Was it on the cellophane?
It doesn't say on
I
there.
don't know. I can't read it.
Here. Oh, like my eyes are any
I
better.
think it's 5 by 48. 4.5 by 48.
On the other side.
Whatever. It is what it is anyway.
48. So, but still, I mean, if it was a 5 by 50 or 5.5 by 50, I think it would taste the same, and I would enjoy it more, because you don't, or longer, because you don't get too much time to enjoy this cigar.
That's true.
But you really want to. Now, if you're walking your dog, it's a really good sized cigar to walk your dog.
A Lonsdale of this would be good because you'd be able to smoke it longer, but it would still be thin.
Right. Yeah. Lonsdale, yeah. Or short Churchill.
Somebody was looking for Coronas yesterday. I'm like, just not that many. There's like maybe 10 in the humidors. Maybe. Even fewer Lanceros and like even fewer Lonsdales.
Corona is still the best-selling size in the world outside the U.S. and has been for hundreds of years, actually.
It's got. They have great taste. I mean, you taste the wrapper more.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we say that all the time, so people know that by now. Is that straight there, John?
No.
Not even close. Ah, there you go.
That's like the
That's
equivalent
better.
of Chris Rock getting smacked in the face.
No, it's no, it's not.
Go ahead, lay one on.
All right, we got to do our last. We got to rate it and everything.
I'm gonna give this a 9.25. There's that little bit of minty there. I'm getting a tingling. I don't get spice as a flavor, but I get it as a like my tongue's tingling a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
All right, Moose.
875.
Only because it's too small.
Correct.
Gotcha. Paul?
Straight 9. I like it a lot.
Yeah. I hate to agree with Scott. I give it a 9.25. I think it's really, really good cigar.
I was surprised how much I liked it when the first time I had it. It was like I was like, all right, it's new. I gotta try it.
Right,
It's just,
exactly.
but yeah, it's very, very enjoyable.
Yeah. Well, is there any events coming up real quick? No? Soon?
Yes, we've got an AJ event in Colmar on May 6th.
That's a while away, though. Still a month away.
Today's April
13.
13th.
so 2 weeks.
Yeah, a couple weeks. All right, well, thanks for watching. Don't forget our outlet show, which is next. I'll remember what to say in the beginning.
Welcome to the Outlet Show.
Something like that.
Your ever so friendly,
Smoke them if you got them.
friendly show all about cheap cigars.
Don't
Something
forget
like
your local brick and mortars.
Smoke often, smoke
Ciao
happy.
for now,
Life's
everybody.
too short to smoke cheap cigars.